Morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day in mathematics. Whoop, whoop. Warm-up 82's on the screen. Let's get started, please. That shouldn't take you long. There's some of them I'm bringing back from what we did in the first semester, like synthetic division and factor completely. Other than that, you should be able to do all of them. Give you some time, copy and go. Once again, this session is being recorded just so that you have the information again on YouTube. Also, quick note on grades, reminder, anything turned in for right now, anything that is late counts as half credit. Anything. Now, if I've been giving you full credit on some of them, it's maybe because I hadn't checked the grade till a day or two later. So that means if you turned it in before the time that I saw it, then I gave you full credit. Thank you, Mr. Q. You're welcome. I got you. However, after I already checked all grades and you still turn in stuff late, how much is that? Tell your neighbor. Half. Yes. And the quarter is going to end up pretty soon, and at the end of the quarter, which means for fourth quarter, there are no late assignments. Ooh. How about them apples? Does that work, Mario? Yeah? Yeah. All right. Just double checking. All right. As you were. Go. All right, shall we? Here we go. Being that it's Tuesday, and we didn't have classes yesterday, I'm going to go over this one more time. Number one, simplify and round your answer to the nearest tenth. So, square root of 30 falls between what two perfect squared numbers? What two perfect squared numbers? Well, it falls in between 25 and 36. So that means this is going to be approximately, take the smaller number, square root of that is 5 point something. Are we there so far? Yes, Mr. Q. All right. So, what is 30 minus 25? That is 5. Over. What is 36 minus 25? That is 11. So now that we have a fraction, we do our long division. What is 5 divided by 11? Does not fit in there. Add a 0. Fits in there 4 times. That's 44. Subtract that to 6. Add a 0. Next is 5. That's 55. 5, and we repeat. So this is going to be 5.45 repeating. But it says round your answer to the nearest tenth. So this is going to be approximately 5.5. All right. Let's go to number 2. Let's see. This is a quadratic, so it's a parabola that looks like this. So, what does this do to the parabola? Tell your neighbor, please. What does a to the negative 1 do to the parabola? All right, good conversations. Geo, what does it do? Flips it. That is correct. So it flips it upside down. And then we're going to move it according to the directions. What is the directions? H negative 3, that goes to the left 3 steps, and 5 down. 3 to the left, 5 down, so I go 3 to the left, 5 down, so it's going to end up somewhere over here. All right. Let's go to number 3, factor completely. Let's see if we remember. Is it in standard form? Yes. Do I have a GCF? Yes. 5x squared minus 3x plus 2. Let me make some space here. Next, can I factor the trinomial? Negative 3. What two numbers multiply give me positive 2? When you add them, give us negative 3. That's negative 2 and negative 1. So, x minus 2, x minus 1, and bring down the 5, and this is factored completely. Go to part B. It says 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. Is it in standard form? Yes. Is there a GCF? No. So, remind your neighbor what number goes on top and what number goes underneath. What number goes on top? Gio, pass on one. Mario, what number goes on top? Very good. 12. What goes on the bottom? 7. Very good. The middle one. So, what two numbers multiply give me 12? When you add them, give us 7, everyone. 3 and 4. However, we can't write our factors like that because now we have a number in the front. What is that number? The number is 6. So we write these as fractions. Can we reduce this one? Yes, that's what? 2 over 1, or my first factor, 2x plus 1. Can we reduce this one? Yes, that's 3 over 2, Mr. Q. So my factors are 3x plus 2. What method was that? This is called the Escalante method. You guys remember that? Shortcut? Yes? Okay, good. Let's go to number 4. Synthetic division, your favorite. Here we go. First thing we do, set this one equal to 0 and solve. Minus 2 minus 2, x equals negative 2. That's my divisor. Next, is this in standard form? Yes. However, this is 4th degree, 2nd degree, 1st degree, 0 degree. Is there a degree missing? Yeah, what is that? 3rd degree. So therefore, I write 3, 0, 2, negative 7, and 4. All right. Bring this number down. Let's start our multiplication. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Combine. That's negative 6. Do it again. Negative 2 times negative 6. That's 12. Combine. That's 14. Negative 2 times 14. That's negative 28. Combine. That's negative 35. Negative 2 times 35. That's 70. Combine. That's 74. And that's our remainder. So, we had started with a 4th degree. That means this is a 3rd degree. So this is 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 14x minus 35 plus 74 over our divisor, which is x plus 2. Is it coming back? Yes? I'm bringing these back because we're about to use them now with funner stuff. Funner stuff. Ooh-wee. Let's go to number 5. Graph. Y equals negative 4. All right, let me get my coordinate plane going. There it is. Y equals negative 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4. Straight line going through negative 4. There it is. So then how about this one? X equals negative 2. So go to negative 2. 1, 2. A line straight up and down, negative 2. Okay, we good? All right, copy the agenda, please. Warm-up number 82. We're moving on today to parabolas. Parabolas. And tonight's home play only numbers 1 through 6 only. Numbers 1 through 6 only. Parabolas. Warm-up 82, done. Parabolas. And you saw a lot of parabolas over the weekend with those football throws, right? Some of you were watching the game, you're like, oh, there's a parabola right there. Let's go. Mario. All right. So home play tonight is only 1 through 6. 1 through 6. All right. Copy the code. ZKICG. 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 That's going to give you access to the home play. That looks something like this. Let's go, Mario. Oh, yeah, we got this. All right. So, get a Cornell note going, please. I can write and graph a quadratic equation of a parabola. I can write and graph a quadratic equation of a parabola. I can write and graph a quadratic equation of a parabola. Here, Cornell note going. Give you some time. Go. All right, here we go. Parabola. What are they? Write this down. Parabolas are the set of all points equidistant from a line called the directrix and a point called a focus. Parabolas are the set of all points equidistant from a line called the directrix and a point called a focus. Parabolas are the set of all points equidistant from where? A line called the directrix and a point called the what? Focus. So a parabola is formed by equidistant points that are equidistant from the directrix, which is a line, and a point known as the focus. All right. So to get started with our parabola, we start off with a point called the focus. So plot your focus on the example. Underneath that, sketch a line in blue. Label it directrix. And equidistant points from those two look like this. Here goes the animation. There it is. That's a parabola. All right. So, once again, the parabola is formed by equidistant points. What does that mean, Mr. Q? Look up, guys. That means that this distance is the same as this distance. Because it's what? Equidistant. Equidistant. So that means if I was to look at a point right here, that means this distance is the same as this distance. And if you look at it, it looks kind of like a square. So that means that is true. Equidistant points. So it's made up of a bunch of little points that are the same distance from the focus and from the directrix. So This is my parabola. All right, give us a non-example. Non-example. Mario, pass on one. Enrique, non-example. Enrique, you here? Oh, yeah. What is it? He said a triangle. Okay. How about this? Is that a parabola? No. How about this? Is that a parabola? No, that's a cubic. How about this? Is that a parabola? No, that's a circle. You get the point. Point. See what I did there? Get the point. Anyways, hashtag. For the sake of time, hashtag. Parabola is made up of what? Equidistant points. From where? Hashtag from where? Directrix and focus. That's what makes a parabola. All right? Yeah. All the way up. Okay. All right. So with that said, writing utensils down, look up to the screen. So, we're about to embark in parabolas. Parabolas, we're going to be using a standard form equation for this. Now, eventually, I am going to have you derive the equation, and it's going to look like this. Look up. Like this, like this, like this, and like this. Oh, yeah. Eventually. But for right now, we're not. But what I'm showing you is that the equation that we're going to use is this one down here. X squared plus, or x squared equals 4py. However, that's for one type of parabola. So writing utensils down, look up to the screen. Today we're talking about two parabolas. We have standard form equation of parabola. One of them is called vertical parabola. You're just paying attention. And the equations look like this. And the vertical parabola either opens up or down. Vertical parabolas open up or down. Vertical parabolas open or down. Okay? And they have to open away from the line called the directrix. Directrix. The other form of parabola is known as horizontal parabola. And the equations look like this. And those open from side to side. From where? Side to side. Like so. And away from the directrix. However, today, to not get you guys confused, we're not going to use all those equations. For the vertical, we're only going to use that one. For the horizontal, we're going to use this one. So, in your notes, copy that, please. Make sure you write standard form equation of parabola. Vertical parabola, that's the equation. Horizontal parabola, that's the equation. All right. So, horizontal parabola, vertical parabola. Now look up really quick. I'm going to show you something. So whenever you have a vertical parabola, look up, we have the x squared by itself. Is that correct? Now check this out. I'm going to show you something. Y equals. That's how you know that it's going to be a vertical parabola. However, look at the horizontal parabola. You have the y squared. However, you have what? X equals. Now, why is that going to help me, Mr. Q? Because look, the directrix, the line, starts with x equals for the horizontal, which means for the vertical, the directrix starts with y equals a number. And you need to remember this formula. X squared equals 4py, y squared equals 4px. So check this out. For example, they're going to ask us to write an equation if they give us the focus, blah, blah, blah. They're going to give us some numbers here. But then if it says y equals a number, let's say, give me a number, 23. Well, guess what equation I'm going to use for this one if it says y equals? What equation am I going to use? X squared equals 4py. Tell your neighbor why I'm going to use this equation, please. Talk it over to your neighbor. Why am I going to use that equation? Yes, because the directrix starts with y equals. If you don't see it again, here's the y equals. Let me show you again. Let's say they give us the focus. They give you some numbers here, and they're like, the directrix is x equals to another number. Let's say negative 23. So what equation do I use for this one? Y squared equals 4px. Tell your neighbor why I wrote that equation. Yeah, because of x equals. X equals. Here it goes again. Let's say I gave you focus, something, directrix, y equals 18. Tell your neighbor what equation to use for that. What equation do I use for that? Geo, go. X squared equals 4p y. Hands if you got that. That is correct. Let's do another one. They give us the focus, two numbers there, directrix, and they say x equals negative 1,000. Tell your neighbor what equation to use for that one. What equation? Geo, pass on one. Ashlyn, equation, go. Ooh, Ashlyn from from the middle. Let's go. That is correct. We got this? Yes? All right. Now, why is that so important? Because you're going to copy this next problem. Oh, this one. Example 1. Write this down in your notes. Write and graph the equation of the parabola passing through the point of origin with focus 0, 2, and directrix y equals negative 2. And on the right of that, I want you to make the coordinate plane from negative 6 to 6. I'll give you some time. Go. All right, here we go. Once again, it reads, write and graph the equation of the parabola passing through the point of origin, focus 0, 2, directrix y equals negative 2. So first and foremost, look up, guys. Tell your neighbor what equation are we going to write if the directrix is y equals negative 2. Tell your neighbor, what equation do we write? All right, Ashlyn, pass them one. Mario wasn't here. He went to the office. X squared equals 4py. That is correct. Tell your neighbor why, people. Why did we write that one down? Because you said so. All right. Next, let's rewrite this. X squared equals 4 parentheses y. We're going to substitute a value here for the P for point. Point. What value do they give us inside of the point, guys, aside from 0? The value is 2. So we'll write that one here. Then we rewrite it. Here it goes. X squared equals 8y. And this is our equation for the parabola. All right, so part 1, we already wrote our equation. From 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with that so far? Yeah, pretty straightforward, 5, 4, okay. Next, we're going to graph. Who remembers what to do to graph? Tell your neighbor. What do we do to graph any function? Everyone. Table x, y, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. This is exactly how the home plate is going to go, guys. Exactly like this. So make sure you're following the steps. So, I'm going to take my equation, but instead of x, I'm going to substitute all these values. So let's start with the first one. What is my first value? My first value is negative 2. So let me zoom in to show the work. Here it goes. What is negative 2 squared, guys? 4 equals to 8y. And now we just need to leave y by itself. So what do? Divide by 8, divide by 8. So y is equal to 1/2. 1/2. Let's do it again. Parentheses squared equals 8y. And now the next value is negative 1. What is negative 1 squared, everyone? 1 equals 8y. Leave y by itself. Divide by 8. 1/8 equals y. 1/8. All right. Let's do one more. Parentheses squared equals 8y. And my next value is 0. 0 squared is 0 equals to 8y. Divide by 8. So 0 equals y. So pay attention to this part. Once you do those 3, you don't have to do the work for the other 2 because it's a parabola. It repeats. So that means what number goes here if we're starting from 0, guys? 1/8. How about down here? 1/2. All right, let me zoom out and let's graph this. Here we go. We're starting off, look up, with the directrix in blue. Do you have blue? Get that in front of you. directrix y equals negative 2. So we go to negative 2 of y, which is down here. And a directrix is a straight line, Label that directrix. Next, we need a focus. The focus is in red. 0, 2. Label that focus. From there, we're going to plot our points. Here we go. Negative 2 and 1/2. Negative 2, 1/2 is about right there. Next one, negative 1, 1/8, very close to the x-axis. 0, 0. 1, 1/8. And 2 and 1/2. And then we label that parabola. So let's see if we did everything they asked us for. Did we write an equation for the parabola? Yes, Mr. Q. Did we graph our equation? Yes. Is it passing through the point of origin, by the way? Is it passing through 0, 0? Yes, there it is. And once again, who notices that it opens away from the directrix and it opens towards the focus? Yes? All right, from 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with that? Yeah, we got this, right? 4, 5, 4, 5. This is the home plate. So, let's do another one. Copy this one. Example 1Q. For this second one, you don't have to copy all the words. Just copy focus, 0, 5, directrix, y equals negative 5. Get a coordinate plane going. See if you can write the equation. Give some time. All right, let's see. Get us started, please. What equation do we write? Who went last? Do I pick? All right, let's pick Mariah. Give us the equation, please. What equation do we start with? X squared equals 4py. Hands if you agree with that. That is correct because this one starts with y equals. All right. So then x squared equals 4 parentheses y. What value do we substitute for p? Pass them one, Mariah. Kelly, what value do we substitute for p? 5. Hands if you got that. That is correct because that's from the focus other than 0. So therefore, our equation is x squared equals 20y. Hands if you got that by yourself. All right, good. Next, we need to graph this. X, y, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. And we start with our equation. Oh. Parentheses squared equals 20y. So my first value was what? Negative 2. So this is 4 equals 20y divided by 20. This is 4 over 20, or 1/5 equals y. Let's do it again now for negative 1. Negative 1. So negative 1 squared is 1 equals to 20y. divide by 20. So 1/20th equals y, 1/20th. Last one, because we know that it repeats, and we're going to substitute 0. 0 equals 20, y divided by 20, so 0 equals y. That means we write 1/20th here and 1/5 here. All right, let's graph this. We start at what now? At y equals -5 down here. That's a straight line. That's our directrix. There it is. What else do we graph? Our focus. What is our focus? 0, 5. 0, 5. Our points, -2, 1/5. -2, 1/5 is about right there. -1, 1/20th, very close to the x-axis. 0, 0, 1, 1/20th, 2, 1/5. And that is our parabola. From 1 to 5, I'll comfortable you with that. How we doing? 1 to 5. All right, 5 4s, 5 4s, okay. All right, so copy that one. Example 1, super cube. Actually, let's go to this one, sorry. Example number 2. 5, 0, directrix, x equals -5. All right, by looking at it, tell your neighbor what equation are we going to write for this one. Tell your neighbor, what equation do I write for that one? All right, what equation, Joseph? What? Y squared. Y squared equals 4px. Hands if you got that. That is correct. So we got y squared equals 4 parentheses x. And instead of p, what value do I substitute for p? It's right here on the focus, which is 5. So my new equation is y squared equals 20x. Let's go to graph. X, y. Now look up, guys. Look up or you're going to miss it. Look at the previous 2 examples. I had x squared and I got the x values -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. For the next problem, x squared, so I use -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 for x. But what do you guys notice on this one? Do we have x squared? No, we have what? So that means we're going to go to the y side and do -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 of the y. All right, so therefore, parentheses squared equals 20x. My first value is -2. That's 4 equals 20x divided by 20. That's 1/5 equals x. That goes 1/5 right there. Let's do it again. Now it's -1. That's 1 equals 20x divided by 20. So that means this is 1/20th. We know that's going to be 0, so it's 1/20th and 1/5. Now check this out. The directrix is that x equals -5, which is over here, which looks like this. My focus is where? Hold on, we're almost done. My focus is at what? 5, 0. So that means, look up, guys, where is the parabola going to open towards? If I graph this, where is that going to open towards? The blue line or the focus? Exactly, towards the focus. So that means your graph, that one's going to end up something like that. All right, do your home play, guys. Enjoy your practice. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Later, guys. Later, guys. Bye. Have a good one. Bye.